Holy smokes, guys, a Goldman Sachs analyst has come out here and said that he believes Tesla shares are going to fall 30% over the coming months. So what I want to do here today, I want to look at exactly why he believes these shares are going to fall significantly, basically just completely crash. Then I want to give my points against his points. And lastly, we'll kind of talk about this Warren Buffett situation where a video came out a few days ago about Warren Buffett saying that he doesn't believe Apple should invest any money in Tesla or buy out Tesla and whatnot. I'll give my opinion on that there. So first off, let's look here. It says Tesla, the electric car sales will suffer due to increased competition from other luxury automakers, according to Goldman Sachs. The firm resumed coverage of Tesla with a sell rating, predicting the competition will cut into the company's share of the electric vehicle market. We see the medium to longer term industry backdrop as challenging for Tesla's products. This follows an increasing number of EV launches for both traditional OEMs and other startup competitors at a time when the company's product cadence hits a gap. Analyst David Trebino said in a note to clients on Tuesday, "We believe the company will see continued pressure to lead the electric vehicles as competition catches up," he says, okay? He believes the shares are going to fall to $210, which is around 30% downside from here. The analyst noted the significant number of electric vehicle launches coming from large automakers including Audi, BMW, Jaguar, and Porsche expected over the next several years. He says with regional mandates on tightening CO2 standards, both traditional and new entrants are expected to launch several EVs in the coming years, with a large crescendo in the early to mid 2020s. He said, altogether, we remain bearish on the company's ability to execute, achieve its targeted production ramp in margins, and sustain free cash flow, he said here. Okay, guys? By the way, the company just resumed coverage because basically it was acting as a financial advisor when the company was about to go private and all that type of stuff. So they had to take off coverage. Now they're back on coverage. Okay, so we'll get into all those points. I just want to discuss this real quick thing here about Warren Buffett. Everybody was freaking out. Warren Buffett, basically in this interview, he was asked point blank if he wants Apple to buy shares of Tesla or buy out Tesla and acquire the company. And he basically said no. He didn't go on any type of rant on why, Tesla's a bad company or he doesn't believe in Elon Musk or any of that. He said no. He said for one simple reason. The auto industry is a really tough industry, okay? He said a lot of people copy other people in things like that. He says Apple has a great business already. It's expanding its business already. They're doing fabulous as far as that goes. There's no reason to go buy out Tesla or acquire shares of Tesla shares because it's a much harder industry than what Apple's doing, and it's not in Apple's perfect circle of competence, okay? So he never came out and, when people saw the headlines, they thought, oh man, he must have something against Tesla. He must have something against Elon Musk. No, you're fabricating stuff out there if you believe anything. Watch the interview. He basically had nothing to say about Tesla other than if he was asked the same question about Ford or GM or Mercedes or BMW, he probably would have said no as well because they're all auto companies, okay? And he's right, it's a hard industry. Apple has a much better business model than any automaker out there, okay? So now let's get back to this whole analyst deal, okay? So this analyst, the Goldman analyst bearish case. This is his bearish case. He says there's more competition coming. He says Tesla can't execute, okay? That's his main bearish points on this company. He says there's more competition coming and Tesla can't execute, all right? So let's dive into this one first. More competition coming. They've been saying this for years, okay? They've been saying this for years, and all I say is, where are the competitors? There have been some competitors that come in the space, but no one is doing big numbers. No one is doing big volumes at all, okay? So they've been saying this for how many years? I've been watching interviews for years on YouTube, that were done by CNBC on some short sellers and Tesla shares and whatnot. I've been saying, oh, the competitors are coming. Oh, Audi's coming. Oh, BMW's coming. Oh, this company's coming. Oh, Faraday or whatever that one was called. This one's coming. They've been talking about this. The Chevy Bolt's coming. It's so many. All these companies are coming, and I say, okay. Now we're going into late 2018 at this point. Where are these guys at? Where are these guys at? When are they ever going to come? Okay. And the next thing I'll say is, guess what else is coming? Model Y. Model Y, there's a great chance that if that can be in the $40,000 to $50,000 price point, that it's out the door, if Tesla can get that in that price point, this is probably going to be the #1 selling vehicle Tesla has ever done by far and away, all right? Because there's a lot of people, including myself, that look at Tesla and we say, we don't want a Tesla car. We would love a Tesla SUV, but the Model X, if you run the numbers on Model X, if anybody's ever done that, out the door, you're looking at $100,000+ for that SUV, okay? There are very few people who either have the money to spend on that or want to, spend $100,000+ on an SUV. I do not feel like spending $100,000+ on an SUV, which is why I drive an Alfa Romeo instead of a Tesla, okay? But if Tesla comes out with a $40,000 to $50,000 affordable Model Y, that is going to be a game changer for the entire industry and for Tesla as a company. This is by far going to be the biggest product they have coming, okay? And that could be out before 2020 as far as full production. So to that I say, okay, competition's coming. Yeah, Model Y is also coming, all right? And the last thing is Tesla's coming for the big dogs, okay? They talk about Audi and BMW and Jaguar and Porsche and some of these other companies that are kind of like more niche automakers. Tesla's not even worried about these guys. Tesla's coming for the big dogs. They're coming for Honda, Toyota, Ford, GM, the big dogs, okay? Those are the type of companies that Tesla is coming after, all right? All these other little niche players, they do whatever, okay? It's no different than Apple. Apple, it competed on the high end with smartphones, and they had always like the most expensive smartphones still to this day. But they say, guess what? We're also going to take all the market share because people are going to trade up to our phones instead of getting a free phone from their carrier or whatever, or buying a $99 phone from their carrier. They're going to pay $500. That's what Apple said, okay? A massive increase in price. And people are like, $500, $600 for a phone? I'm never paying that, okay? Now people pay $1,000+ for a phone, all right? So they're coming for big dogs. So, all these big automakers that are doing the huge numbers right now of gasoline cars, that's who Tesla's coming for in the end. Those are the ones that Tesla's coming from. So those are the companies that need to watch out. When you look at the top 5 vehicles that are traded in for Tesla of any kind, right? They're not high-end vehicles. They're actually the lower-end vehicles, people trading up to get Teslas. Let's keep that in mind, okay? Tesla wants to be a company that produces millions of cars per year, okay? Or at least 1 million cars per year, if not several million cars per year. They're not worried about, let's just be where we're at right now and try to produce, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of cars a year. That's not where this company's going. They're going to 1 million+ a year, all right? The last part is, this guy says, Tesla can't execute. This is my favorite one. Tesla can't execute. And this comes from a lot of times Elon Musk will put out big numbers and then he will fail to hit those numbers. So it gives us impression that Tesla can't execute. They can't hit their numbers. Elon Musk puts out this grandiose number and he comes under it. And that is absolutely factual, and that happens a lot with a lot of numbers with Tesla and with Elon Musk, okay? However, at the end of the day, who's producing by far and away the most electric vehicles in the entire world? Tesla, okay? Who's the one that's actually producing these in mass? Tesla. Everybody else is way far down there, okay? Yeah, I think number 4 is like Chevy Bolt. The top 3 selling EVs in the United States of America are all Teslas, okay? So I say, if you say Tesla can't execute, then what are the other guys? Can the other guys execute? Because where are their cars at? Where are their cars in the mass scales of electric vehicles? Where are their numbers? Where are their numbers? If you're saying Tesla can't execute, then what do we have to say about these other guys who don't even have a vehicle on the market yet, that haven't even been able to get a car out there? Well, how come no one else has even been able to produce in a massive volume yet? No one. How come no one else can market? So you're going to say Tesla can't execute. I say, okay, what about the other guys? Why can they not execute, okay? So if we look at this as a whole, if we look at his bearish case here, I think his bearish case makes absolutely no sense. We know EVs are the future, okay? Gasoline car sales have peaked and they are now going this way, and they will continue to go this way very slowly for a decade, 2 decades to come, until they're basically non-existent, okay? While electric vehicle sales are going like this and will continue to go like this for a decade or 2 into the future, okay? And so if you're looking out as into the future, you say, who's the company can do it? Well, once again, it's going to be the company that's proven they're actually executing, okay? Maybe they don't always hit their numbers, but guess who's doing way bigger volumes than anybody else? And guess who's in a better position to produce mass volumes than any other company in the entire world? It's Tesla, okay? And you have everything coming to Tesla, and Model Y can be the game changer. Model 3 was the first game changer product for Tesla. That's going to continue to ramp into bigger and bigger volumes, but Model Y, that is the one that is really going to sell like insane, as long as they can come in with a $40,000 or $50,000 price point out the door. They do that, and it's pretty much game over for all the big dogs. They're coming after the big companies. They want Honda's market share. They want Toyota's market share. They want Ford's market share. They want GM's market share. And then we can get into, the truck probably will come in 2020 or 2021, and then that's going to decimate gasoline truck sales. They're coming for these guys, okay? They will continue to come for these guys, and it's going to be a fun one to watch, because these analysts think that, these other guys are going to compete and these niche players, and really Tesla's going to be coming for the big dogs. That's who they're gunning after. And by the way, nothing's ever even mentioned from these bearish cases about the energy side of their business. Nothing's ever even talked about. They only talk about the auto side. They don't even talk about the energy side. Tesla has been kind of holding back the energy business for the last few years because they need to funnel as many resources into their car business as possible. That's what we got to understand right now. So as they start to funnel more resources into their energy business, watch that to start to ramp again, and that's going to be another fun one to watch. So anyways, I want to know your guys' opinion on what this analyst had to say. I want to know your opinion on what Warren Buffett had to say down there. Like I said, he just believes that the company shouldn't pretty much buy any automakers. Not let, and I'm talking about Apple specifically. Apple's in a great business. Why does Apple want to get in the automaker business? Maybe they could make money in it, but at the same time, there's so many easier ways for Apple to make money out there than getting in the automobile business. That's a very tough business. So let me know what you guys think about all this down there. I would love to hear from you in that comment section. Hit a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video today. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.